Have you ever heard of Riruka Dokugamine? No. Well, let me tell you the story of this incredible and peculiar girl, a story that will surely captivate your attention. Riruka was a Fullbringer, a human with special abilities that allowed her to manipulate the souls of objects. She was part of a group called Kaioshin, formed by others like her, each with their own unique powers. From a young age, Riruka stood out. At 5 years old, she had already discovered her Fullbring, and at 6, she considered herself incomparable. However, behind that confidence lurked a lonely child, craving for love. At 7 years old, Riruka fell in love with a boy. In her childish naivety, she used her powers to trap him in a chest, bringing him sweets every day in the hope that he would love her back. But the fear in the boy's eyes made her realize her act was wrong. Unable to face him, she set him free, but the secret of her ability had already been revealed. From that moment on, Riruka adopted a dark philosophy, the survival of the fittest. For her, it wasn't just about being the fittest, but about dictating the rules, being part of the majority that governs the predators of humanity. This belief hardened her heart, leading her to intimidate even her own sister, Gina, from whom she stole a toy, making the little girl scream for her mother. Riruka was an enigmatic figure, with deep magenta eyes and long hair of the same color, tied in 2 braids. Her bunny-eared hat and her dark dress with white details completed her eccentric look. Her personality was as peculiar as her appearance. Confident and playful, she could become impatient and explosive if contradicted. Riruka claimed to be in Kaioshin only for her own agenda, not out of loyalty to Jinjo, the group's leader. She was extremely talkative, loving unilateral monologues about irrelevant subjects. Her severe myopia made her avoid glasses out of vanity, preferring to endure the dryness in her eyes caused by contact lenses. When Ichigo Kurosaki, a young substitute Shinigami, sought Kaioshin to regain his lost powers, Riruka became involved in his training. She challenged him to defeat a plush doll inhabited by a former Yakuza, Mr. Pork, using his Fullbring. The training sessions were intense and, at times, fun. Riruka would play with Ichigo, sending him inside objects like a dollhouse or an aquarium. Her ability, called Dollhouse, allowed her to move people and things inside any object she adored. During this period, Riruka had the opportunity to meet Orihime Inoue, a friend of Ichigo's. Initially skeptical about Orihime's kindness, Riruka ended up impressed by the girl's compassion and determination to help Ichigo, no matter the circumstances. However, Kaioshin's plans were dark. Jinjo intended to steal Ichigo's Fullbring to strengthen the group's powers. When this happened, Riruka received part of these new powers, gaining white armor bands and the ability to shrink people and trap them inside objects, called Addiction Shot. In a fierce battle against Rukia Kachiki, a Shinigami friend of Ichigo's, Riruka used her new abilities to subjugate her. Yet, even after defeating Rukia, Riruka refused to kill her, realizing her ideals had changed. When Ichigo finally defeated Jinjo, Riruka stood by his side, protecting him from Shikuro Tsukishima, a traitor within Kaioshin. At that moment, she understood that Ichigo had saved them, something they themselves had failed to do. After the turbulent events, Riruka woke up at Urahara's shop, a refuge for spiritual beings. Emotional, she tried to deny her tears, but Orihime's compassion made her surrender to emotion. The next morning, Riruka left silently, thanking Ichigo, Orihime, Sato, and Jinjo for everything. She knew that, no matter how she bid farewell, they would remember her. Years later, during the bloody War of 1,000 Years, Riruka and Yukio, another Kaioshin member, were recruited by Urahara to use their unique abilities and create a portal to the royal realm, where the final battle would be waged. Riruka, always direct, ordered Ichigo and the others to move forward before they were discovered. When Orihime let herself be overwhelmed by adversity, Riruka scolded her, reminding her to focus on the present instead of lamenting the past. Riruka's journey was a constant evolution, from the love-deprived child to the warrior determined to protect those dear to her. Her story is a lesson about breaking cycles of pain and finding purpose amidst the darkness. With that said, thank you for watching, and until next time. Stay tuned for more exciting stories about the characters of Bleach and other incredible worlds.